Bibby will try again.
James, recognizing nobody's there, has an appointment with the basketball and finishes it emphatically.
It's officially official now. The 2023 season is over and we are heading into different territory. Free agency is almost on the horizon and the Putback show will be here with all of the updates. I welcome you to this interesting episode. There's a juicy topic for us to discuss and I know you don't want to miss this one out. My name is Sly Moore. I'm here with Teddy to do another extensive breakdown on the Paul George sweepstakes. Paul George of the Los Angeles Clippers was acquired a few years back, tried the partnership with Kawhi Leonard. We're hoping to get a trophy out of that. It didn't work out. And now, 2023, Paul George hasn't been able to sign that contract. Steve Ballmer and the front office have offered him a potential contract, but he hasn't signed because he wants that max extension with Kawhi's level. But the team says no. We are waiting to see if he actually signs that contract. What do you make of this whole saga surrounding Paul George?
I think the money he wants, he won't get. No team is going to. No, maybe the Clippers. No, any other team apart from Clippers may give him the money, but Clippers won't because you are not that kind of caliber of player. Kawhi is. You've not won what he's won, so we can't give you the same money as him. We can't give you higher than Kawhi. So it's three things. It's either he resigns, he opts out and goes into free agency, or it's a sign and trade. So the Clippers can gain something out of him. Because if he goes for free, they've actually lost a lot. So I think maybe they will understand, cut his salary or something and do a sign and trade. That will benefit both parties. Because if you let him go free, then everything was a waste.
If we let him go free, then definitely we'll lose a lot. But I want to argue from the Paul George side of things. The reason why Paul George can actually stand his ground and say, hey, give me Kawhi's money or give me something very close to Kawhi is, if you watch very, very closely, within the last 4 years, 5 years, he's actually been the most available, the most consistent one. Because every single playoff that we've had with Paul George and Kawhi, it's Kawhi that has gone down injured. And that's the fact. It was only last 2 years against the Phoenix Suns where we didn't have Paul George. But if you take the last 3, the last 4, it's usually conference semifinals, Kawhi goes down, and Paul George is there. Last season, Paul George didn't perform in the playoffs, but he was still there. So that is where you can say, hey, I was available. But one thing that the Clippers are also trying to put on the ground, the reason why they are reluctant to give him that money and then they believe he will take a pay cut and then still be with the Clippers is Paul George is a homegrown boy. He's from Los Angeles. He wants to play in Los Angeles. His parents are in Los Angeles. His family is in Los Angeles. So he doesn't... You're playing in your home city. You do not want to leave. So they know that they have that as leverage for him. And they're expecting that he'll be able to take a pay cut. Now, coming from a roster standpoint, the Clippers, we are definitely losing if we lose Paul George. Because I don't see any better two-way wingers out there. The rest that are even out there, they are all
already locked down. Yeah,
they are really, really locked down. At PG's caliber, for him to be acceptive of Kawhi being the number one guy, we won't be able to get players like that. But the sweepstakes are just incredible. And then let me just throw the teams in that are very, very likely to land Paul George if he does opt in and then go for that trade and force the Clippers' hand to try to go for the trade or becomes a free agent. The teams that actually have the cap space for him that have been thrown in the limelight for this one are the New York Knicks and the Golden State Warriors. There was Philly at the time, but reporter Sean Sharania said Philly do not have the money to be able to. That's like Teddy said, not a lot of teams can accommodate Paul George. So right now it seems like it's the Warriors or the Knicks. Where do you think he succeeds best? Or where do you feel like Paul George might be able to reveal if he goes?
I feel like the Knicks is like the better landing place for him right now. Because when you look at the Warriors roster right now, you have Steph Curry, who's been amazing with age. Every time he grows, he gets better. You have Klay Thompson, who has declined. You have Draymond, who is inconsistent.
Klay Thompson is on his way out, please.
Okay, Klay Thompson is on his way out.
I don't think he's on the Warriors.
You have Draymond, who is unpredictable. He can go down anytime, not because of injuries, but because of his attitude. You have Andrew Wiggins, who has never been the same after the 2020 championship. So this is a team, I feel like it is a team that's now incorporating more of the new guys. Paul George is 34 years. He's not getting any younger.
The thing is, exactly, that's the word. He's not getting any younger. And it's the question for Paul George. Is he willing to try to win another championship, or is going for the money? If it's for the championship, I don't think the Warriors might be the best.
The Knicks is the best place because now you have Brunson. You have Brunson, and you have amazing role players around him, and you have injury players coming back off of injury. Amazing players coming off injury. So I feel like the Knicks is a better landing space for him because they are a team that is ready to win. They always want to go to the playoffs. And last year they showed us they just made the playoffs without their key guy. So imagine they have their key guy and they have Paul George and
Indiana had to beat them in Game 7 without Randall, with a hobbled Anunoby at a point. Josh Hart had injuries. Jalen Brunson wasn't fully fit, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But that's why I kind of agree with Teddy, because the only reasons I can add for New York is they're in the weaker conference.
True.
If you look at them, it's only Boston that you can know that, okay, these are the guys that will stop us. But for the rest of the teams, if you throw Philly, Miami, Indiana, anybody you put in front of the Knicks with a potential Paul George, I think they beat everybody. For the Warriors, they're in a packed West. And you're already going on to a team that is not as strong enough as it was before.
Yeah, true.
So are you willing to do that? There are just so many conversations surrounding Paul George. I was looking at a team that could also be in the mix, but I haven't heard them too much. The Miami Heat. Because I'm hearing now they want to deal Jimmy Butler away.
Yeah.
And I feel like Paul George might be able to fit well with Bam. But for them, it's a whole different conversation. But right now, the rumors are swirling around the Golden State Warriors and the New York Knicks. That's how the Paul George saga is going.
I feel like for most teams, it's mostly because of the cap space. Because right now, most teams have exceeded the cap space. And once you try to add another player like Paul George, the luxury tax kicks in, and it's going to be
the NBA is definitely making things a lot more strict.
Very strict. As the years goes by, the luxury tax is getting higher, and teams are paying more because they're adding more players. But once it's a sign and trade, that will be comfortable. So I feel like the teams that are ready to get him should get him. So I want New York Knicks should go for him, because every year Knicks have to go for, and they want to go for a bigger player, but they are never able to go for that better player. There's no domino effect kind of player like Paul George on a free agent market now. There's none. When you look at the list, he's the biggest name now.
I think the only one that maybe comes close to him is maybe a Chris Middleton.
Okay, true.
Right now. But Paul George is definitely the creme de la creme. I'll end it with this one coming from a Clippers fan standpoint. I did enjoy Paul George when he was on the Clippers. Even though we didn't get to the heights that we wanted to get to, I did fall in love with Paul George. I was hoping we can run it back, hopefully with Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. I'm hoping that will happen. But right now, from a lot of sources, it seems like Paul George is not willing to take that pay cut. I hope he does come back. But if Paul George does actually leave, then we need to really look critically at ourselves and what we do for next season. That will be the end of the video for this one. Make sure to stay tuned, because in this free agency, you do not want to miss out. There are blockbuster trades coming. I will definitely let you know all about it. Slime and Teddy signing out from the Putback Show.